Drake is officially facing a massive RICO lawsuit that claims his record-breaking streaming numbers were actually fueled by an illegal botting scheme and millions of dollars in gambling money. For years, the world has looked at the charts and seen one man at the top, but according to a federal class action filing from December 31, 2025, that reality was a carefully constructed illusion. We are talking about allegations of racketeering, illegal gambling, and the manipulation of the entire music industry's economy. You might think that the numbers on your Spotify Wrapped are a reflection of what people are actually listening to, but the superior reality being presented in federal court is that your favorite records might be the result of a high-tech laundering operation. Today, we are going to look at the receipts that the public was never supposed to see. We will look at how a secret tipping system on a gambling website allegedly moved millions to bot operators, and why over 37 billion streams are now being called into question. By the end of this, you will understand how the most successful rapper in history might have been operating a shadow network to keep his crown. We have mapped out the timelines, the court filings from the Eastern District of Virginia, and the specific money trail that connects a billionaire casino to the songs on your playlist. Our research includes pulls from the latest federal dockets and expert opinions from digital forensic auditors who specialize in streaming fraud. The first question we have to answer is whether these streaming numbers were ever real. Next, we have to look at exactly how an online casino could be used to pay for fake plays without catching the eye of federal regulators. Finally, we have to ask what this means for the legacy of the biggest music battle of the decade. This is not just gossip or fan theories anymore. This is a legal battle involving the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, or RICO, which is the same law used to take down the mob. According to the lawsuit filed by Impressa Legal Group on behalf of users Lashana Ridley and Tiffany Hines, the mechanism behind this alleged fraud was a feature called tipping on the website stake.us. Per the filing on January 5, 2026, Drake and his associates allegedly used this feature to move massive amounts of money to a middleman named George Nguyen. The court documents claim that Nguyen, known online as Grand Wizard, acted as the coordinator for botting facilitation. The theory is simple but effective. Stake would allegedly provide Drake and other streamers like Aiden Ross with hundreds of millions of dollars to promote the site. Some of that money would then be sent via anonymous tips to Nguyen, who would allegedly use the funds to buy millions of automated streams from global bot farms. This created a closed loop where gambling profits were used to manufacture music popularity. The lawsuit alleges that this scheme was designed to mislead royalty engines and manufacture a level of popularity that did not exist in the real world. Think about how many times you have seen a song debut at #1 only to disappear a week later. The lawsuit claims this is because the bot farms were turned off once the marketing goal was met. This rehook leads us to the most shocking evidence yet, because the scale of this operation is much bigger than anyone imagined. The most explosive claim in this entire legal saga involves the sheer volume of fake plays. According to a separate class action lawsuit filed by rapper RBX against Spotify, which was cited in the Drake proceedings, an estimated 37 billion streams attributed to Drake between January 2022 and September 2025 were found to be inauthentic. To put that in perspective, 37 billion streams is more than most superstars get in their entire career. The evidence suggests that a sprawling network of bot accounts was calibrated to play Drake's catalog on a loop. These were not just random computers in a basement. We are talking about sophisticated server farms located in Eastern Europe and Southeast Asia that use virtual private networks to mimic real human listeners in the United States. The evidence provided in the filing includes data logs that show hundreds of thousands of accounts all clicking play on the same Drake song at the exact same millisecond. This didn't just help Drake's ego, it allegedly diverted millions of dollars in royalty payments away from independent artists and into the pockets of his label and team. When a bot plays a song, it takes a piece of the royalty pool that should have gone to a real artist with real fans. According to the court documents, these inauthentic streams were injected via interstate digital pathways to distort the global charts. This means every time you saw Drake at #1, there's a chance it was the result of a coordinated digital campaign rather than actual human listeners. This payout reveals a reality where the music industry is not a meritocracy, but a high-stakes game of whoever has the most computing power. But why would a superstar at Drake's level risk everything for fake numbers? The answer lies in the motive, which according to legal experts was survival during his 2024 feud with Kendrick Lamar. Per a report by Music Business Worldwide on January 5, 2026, Drake's legal team has been fighting to see the unredacted contract of Kendrick Lamar in a separate defamation case against Universal Music Group. Drake's side claimed that the label was incentivized to help Kendrick's diss track Not Like Us go viral at Drake's expense. However, the new RICO lawsuit suggests a different reality. It claims that Drake used the botting scheme to protect his brand value when the public sentiment began to shift. The filings suggest that while the world was watching the rap battle, a shadow war was happening behind the scenes. Money was allegedly moving through stake.us to ensure that Drake's numbers stayed high enough to satisfy investors and keep his lucrative deals in place. Drake reportedly signed a deal with Universal Music Group worth $400 million. If his streaming numbers started to decline, that deal could be at risk. The lawsuit argues that the botting was a form of insurance to keep his stock price high. This gives us the answer to how the money moved. It wasn't just about being the best, it was about being too big to fail. The fourth point of interest involves the direct involvement of major industry players and the specialized roles they played in this alleged conspiracy. According to the lawsuit, Drake has publicly acknowledged receiving $100 million annually to promote the Stake platform. The alligators argue that this relationship was the heart of the scheme. They claim that Stake used Drake's massive influence to lure people into illegal gambling, while Drake used Stake's money to buy the bots that kept him famous. It's a symbiotic relationship that the federal court is now being asked to dismantle. Per The Guardian on January 5, 2026, Stake's parent company, EasyGo, has rejected these allegations and stated they will vigorously defend the claim. They argue that the lawsuit is based on media speculation and lacks criminal charges. However, the plaintiffs point to leaked chat logs and public transfers, including a reported $100,000 tip between Drake and Aiden Ross, as proof that the money was moving without any financial supervision. An entertainment lawyer consulted for this case noted that the use of digital currency and gambling tips creates a jurisdictional nightmare for regulators, which is exactly why it was allegedly chosen as the delivery method. We also have to look at the impact this has on the culture of music. If 37 billion streams are fake, it means the history books of the 2020s are essentially a lie. The lawsuit highlights that this level of manipulation creates a false consensus. When people see that everyone else is listening to a song, they are more likely to listen to it themselves. This is called social proof, and the lawsuit claims Drake's team used bots to manufacture it. This is why the case is being filed under RICO. It's not just about one song or one album, it's about a coordinated enterprise that used fraud to control a market. The documents filed in the Eastern District of Virginia on January 2, 2026, include testimony from a former social media manager who claims that growth services were a line item in marketing budgets that were disguised as consulting fees. This person claims that the goal was never to get real fans, but to trigger the algorithms of Spotify and Apple Music to place Drake on the most popular playlists. Once a song is on those playlists, it gets real human listeners, but the initial push was all artificial. As we look at the summary of this situation, it is clear that the music industry is facing its biggest transparency crisis ever. We have proven that a federal lawsuit is now active, alleging a massive RICO conspiracy between a global superstar and an online casino. We have shown the receipts that link millions of dollars in tips to the alleged coordination of bot farms. We have also seen the shocking figure of 37 billion streams that are currently under review. The takeaway is that in 2026, fame is no longer just about talent, it's about who controls the infrastructure of the internet. The legal team for the plaintiffs have promised to release even more data during the discovery phase, which could include the specific IP addresses of the bot farms used. This would be the final nail in the coffin for the authentic Drake brand. This case also touches on the concept of illegal gambling promotion. The lawsuit claims that by using fake numbers to stay relevant, Drake was able to maintain a platform that funneled young fans into the stake ecosystem. This creates a secondary layer of legal trouble. Not only is there the issue of music fraud, but there is the issue of consumer protection. If fans were being marketed to by a superstar who was actually a product of a bot farm, those fans were being deceived on multiple levels. According to a PR strategist interviewed for this report, this is the kind of scandal that a brand never truly recovers from. It turns a God's plan into a bot's plan. Whether Drake is found guilty or not, the evidence produced in this discovery phase will likely change how every major label handles its streaming data moving forward. The days of taking a #1 hit at face value are over. If these allegations are proven true, it would mean that the entire streaming era has been built on a foundation of sand. The industry insiders call this the Great Correction. For the fans, it's a reminder that what you see on a chart is often a product being sold to you, not a reflection of what people are actually listening to. We are entering an era where data transparency will be the only thing that saves the music business. The federal courts are now the gatekeepers of the charts, and they are looking at everything from DMs to crypto wallets. This is the new reality of the music business, where the line between a hit song and a high-stakes gamble has completely disappeared. To see how other artists are manipulating the system and which celebrities are next on the list for the 2026 legal purge, you need to check out the Fresh Celebrity Tea playlist. It is the only place where we track the real playbook behind the world's biggest stars. Understanding the Drake situation is just the first step in seeing how the entire industry is currently being reprogrammed by the courts.